Ahí escondían un montón de mareros ahí con el régimen de sección. ¿Ya le han costado eso?
No mucho.
La señora que vivía ahí, que hoy tiene el chalet en la vuelta ahí del río El Conejo, él era tía del jefe de la Mara. Entonces ahí tenía escondido un montón de mareros.
Friends, I brought you to an intersection that used to be very dangerous. Back in the day, no one would dare to be around this area. And the worst thing is that here is a bus stop right in this intersection where many people had to stay here by themselves very late at night. This used to be a very dangerous area where gang members used to rule, they used to control, and they will use this periquera or this cliff to hide. Not only hide, but this is where they will meet. This cliff that I'm about to show you is a place where they will kidnap people and bring them and kill them and bury them. So it's a very serious subject that I'm touching today. I'm about to expose the gang members' hideouts. This is where they used to hide back in the day, and not really hide because neighbors knew about it, but they wouldn't say anything. They could see, they could hear, but they couldn't talk. Now we are able to talk. Now we have the freedom to speak about all these things. And the reason I'm showing you this is so that you can see the big difference between what we're living now in 2025 and what we lived back in the day. Ahí se cree que está enterrado.
La forma que tiene.
Sí. Can you believe this was one of the most dangerous places in El Salvador? They call it La Periquera or Parakeet's Cave, a place hidden in the highlands of Los Naranjos, Huayua. Beautiful at first glance, but carrying a darkness few dare to speak about. It's more than just a steep cliff surrounded by coffee fields. This canyon has swallowed secrets for decades, and it remembers every one of them. During El Salvador's brutal civil war from 1980 to 1992, this was not just a path of wilderness, it was a dumping ground. Locals say soldiers were brought here, others say civilians were brought here dead, beaten, executed, and thrown into the depth of this ravine. No names, no graves, just silence. Back in the day, the gang members would jump on the buses. As you can see, we have an intersection here with a bunch of buses. So what they used to do is they will jump in the bus about a mile away from here, and then they will jump off here after stealing everything. Just steps away at the intersection known as El Desvío El Conejo stood a bus stop locals fear more than the night itself. Gangs would board public buses, assault passengers, and steal everything money, phones, jewelry, and then vanish into these forests, disappearing like ghosts among these trees, running and disappearing. So these gang members used to get off the bus and run to this property and get lost. That's why they wouldn't get caught. Other than that, they would also practice diabolic rituals, which is a fact, and they would do initiations here in this area. What I'm about to show you is something that you're not going to see in any other channel. No one dares to walk, especially alone like I am right now. I don't even have a cameraman. So I appreciate you if you subscribe. If you like my content, make sure that you like and you share this video. Stay until the end. Buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estamos? Disculpe, ¿usted es de aquí del área? ¿O no, no es de aquí? Ah, ok. Porque este lugar se conoce como, bueno, antes era muy peligroso. No sé si usted ha escuchado de eso. Vaya, entonces ahora está todo tranquilo en este tiempo 2025 o cómo ve las cosas. No sé si le puedo preguntar.
Sí,
Ok.
todo está tranquilo.
Ajá, todo tranquilo ahora en día. Cuando estaba pequeño, una vez unos hipotes se subieron en el bus allá en la gasolinera y empezaron a quitarle todas las cosas aquí a la gente de ahí a la gasolinera, aquí a este desvío. Por eso yo también no me olvido. Hola, salud. No me olvido de eso porque pues sí me marcó. Yo tenía como 8 o 9 años y recuerdo que cabal ellos se bajaron y salieron corriendo. Y ahí el bus lo que hizo es irse para Sonsonate. Ajá. Es tremendo, ¿verdad? Sí. Pero bueno, le agradezco entonces ahí por su tiempo. Mucho gusto, bendiciones. The war ended, but the darkness did not. Years later, as the country tried to rebuild, a new terror claimed this land. The Maras, El Salvador's most dangerous fear gangs, turned this hidden ravine into the refugee. They met here, plotted here, and ruled from the shadows. This was more than a hideout, it was a headquarters of violence. We all know that for many years El Salvador was the capital murder of the world, and this place wasn't an exception. They didn't just meet here, they hunted here.
De profundidad en el barranco, ya se va a poder, es un hombre de aproximadamente entre 25 a 30 años. Al parecer como que ha sido estrangulado. Posiblemente lo hayan lanzado en horas de la noche o primeras horas de la mañana de este día.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estamos? Bien, gracias a Dios. Qué bueno, ¿trabajando? Sí, ahí estamos. Qué bueno, mire. ¿Usted ya tiene tiempo de vivir aquí en el área?
Sí, fíjese que yo casi aquí hemos nacido en la zona esta. Bueno, aquí digamos en la zona esta era como montaña y todo. Aquí referente aquí va, la zona esta.
Era montañoso todo esto.
Todo hay así para allá, era montaña. Todo, o sea, estaba como perdida la finca esa. Ajá, pero ahora
porque
ya.
Es una barranca aquí, ¿verdad?
Ajá, aquí. Pero ahora se ve diferente ya.
Sí.
Ajá,
por el cambio del proyecto de...
Cabal, los cambios del trabajo y todo eso,
sí.
¿verdad? Entonces ya se ve diferente en la zona esa.
Déjeme preguntarle, ¿antes era peligroso en esta zona?
Sí.
¿Qué tan peligroso era por acá?
Pues bastante peligroso.
¿Verdad que aquí, si no me equivoco, me han comentado que se escondían pandillas?
Sí, claro que sí, como se puso serio, ¿verdad? Es referente a eso de las pandillas, entonces sí era bien peligroso. Ajá, toda esta zona de aquí.
En los buses aquí asaltaban también.
Supuestamente decían que sí, ¿verdad? Y sí, pero que
nunca tuve una experiencia, pero escuchaba.
No. Ajá, algo así se oía, ¿verdad?
Ahora en día ya no se escucha mucho.
Fíjese que gracias a Dios ya no. Ya ha cambiado bastante. ¿verdad?
Bastante tranquilo ahora en día.
Sí, bastante tranquilo.
Qué bueno, entonces me alegra porque ha sentido usted un cambio, entonces.
Claro que sí. Se ha visto el cambio, pues, ¿verdad?
Se llevaron a muchos muchachos de aquí a la zona, quizás también.
Sí.
Unos tal vez inocentes, lamentablemente, ¿verdad? Por andar con malas compañías.
Sí, a veces esos casos se dan bastante, ¿va?
Se puede, va. Vamos a ir a ver. Porque hay una culebra. Aquí abundan las culebras en ese lugar. Sí. Me comentaron como que en este barranco, en el tiempo de la guerra, parece que tiraban a los soldados ahí en esa periquera. En el muro, el mero muro. Ajá. Era más tremendo de lo que yo pensaba entonces.
Sí, hombre, eso aquí, como le digo, incluso bien tremendo todo esto.
Sí.
Ajá.
Pero ya está todo calmado entonces,
Sí,
Juan.
como le digo, ya se terminó, ¿va?
Sí.
Por el momento, pero a ver, ¿va? Más adelante, pues como nadie sabe, ¿verdad?
Eso es
Todo
cierto.
lo que puede pasar más adelante.
Sí, nunca se sabe.
Ajá,
pero primero Dios que ya no regresemos a ese pasado. ¿va?
Eso es primero Dios, para que no sea así. Ajá.
Sí.
Porque sí. Era bien tremendo toda esta zona.
Solo que así como usted que lo conocían, tal vez no era peligroso porque sabían que era de aquí, quizás.
Sí.
Sabían que no se metía en problemas.
Sí, por una parte sí.
Ajá.
Pero a veces uno siempre tenía problemas.
Sí, como a veces venían de otros lados también, ¿verdad?
Siempre tenía problemas con eso.
Todos los jóvenes, de seguro.
Sí. Pero entonces por ahí me quiere entrar para ver para abajo.
Sí.
Aunque ahorita no se ve mucho porque
Sí, por la neblina, lástima.
Ajá.
Y mire, y aquí en esta carretera también a una familia la mataron porque se le había punchado una llanta.
Sí.
¿Se recuerda de eso?
Sí.
Bien tremendo, ¿verdad?
Sí, pasó eso. Ese caso ahí por la Arenal fue.
Los Arenal y todas esas, ahí era peligroso también, todas las casitas de la calle.
¿Verdad?
Va, muchas gracias entonces.
Va.
Gusto ahí haber platicado.
Sí, hombre.
Que le vaya bien.
Gracias,
5 personas fueron reportadas como desaparecidas el 16 de enero del año 2019. Ellos se trasladaban hacia Chalchuapa, luego de disfrutar de un partido de fútbol. El vehículo en el que se dirigían tuvo desperfectos mecánicos y nunca llegaron a su destino. Se trataba de la familia del entrenador físico del Sonsonate Fútbol Club.
Cuerpos encontrados pertenecen a las personas que ya mencioné.
La masacre dejaba más preguntas que respuestas. 13 de julio del año 2020, el juzgado especializado de sentencia de Santa Ana condenó a 3 miembros de la Mara Salvatrucha MS-13.
This used to be a coffee farm, an abandoned coffee farm owned by some people that live in the United States. And they had a lot of property in this area. And basically, they didn't really take care of it. So this gang member had taken over all this land. And as you can see right now, it's so beautiful. Like, it's hard to believe that we are walking through a rural area, which is Los Naranjos, because this used to be so dangerous that people will get lost over here, like getting kidnapped and taken over to these coffee farms that used to be really, really dangerous. We are entering into what used to be the gang members' hideouts. En este momento estamos entrando a un lugar que era muy tenebroso, que los pandilleros lo habían tomado como sus guaridas, donde venían a hacer rituales, iniciaciones, donde venían a matar a las personas, que incluso han encontrado fosas clandestinas en este lugar. ¿Pueden creer eso? Han encontrado restos de cuerpos. Y también, para el tiempo que empezó el régimen en este lugar, sacaron también a pandilleros. Back in about 2020, 2021, around COVID-19 season, there was a raid over here, and they took a bunch of gang members out of this area. They actually, in the area where I just came in, where we saw the security guard, there used to be a small convenience store made out of metal, and they were actually family of the gang members. In the one house where they are going to have, where Casa Conejo is going to have the kitchen now, that used to be a Casa Destroyer, which is a gang members' home where they will party, where they would live and do all their things. Now this place is so beautiful, it's so clean, a really nice place to come and enjoy nature. Amazing job what they're doing here, and it's helping our community. Not only that, but it's also bringing employment and helping out the community, basically taking them out of poverty, teaching them new habits, teaching them how to cultivate organically. And it's amazing. It's amazing how in a few years we've seen a huge change. That's thank God, and then thanks to our president. This is the area, guys. This is what I wanted to show you. I already showed you the other side, but back then they didn't have these fences. These fences were built in about 2020 after Aaron Murphy bought this land. So what I'm about to show you is a place where gang members used to hang out. You guys can hear the cars, the vehicles. So the gang members, you see that bus going over there? I'm not sure if you're able to see it, but basically they will rob, they will assault people, take their phones, take their necklace and everything. They will jump and then just get lost in this land. Look, this is Casa Conejo, guys, right in Huayua. If you haven't visited, make sure you do so, because you're missing out. This is only a small area that I'm showing you, and not the area that they've been working on. This is the area that they haven't worked yet.
This place became their kingdom. It was here they initiated new members. Here they swore blood oath. And here they buried those who betrayed them and those who simply got in their way.
One of the reasons they used to hide in these places, they used to come over here, is because if you get down there, you can scream all you want, you can yell all you want, and no one is going to hear you. It's very scary, actually. And right now I need to be very careful because I feel like I'm gonna slip and fall.
Children were warned never to come near. Even the wind here seemed to carry stories of screams swallowed by the trees and footsteps that never returned.
It was also very common that these guys will hang out in areas with really nice views. That's why they also had taken over these places. Amazing. This is what I wanted to show you.
A local teacher who has lived his entire life near this land walks with me through the silent rows of coffee plants. He points to the ground. Looks like there are graves here. This is what he tells me.
Ahí se cree que hay enterrados.
Esa es la forma que tiene.
Sí. Bueno, a saber cuántos.
These victims were never identified. They were never found. Families still wonder where they went. The soil remembers what people try to forget.
I dare to enter gang members' hideout. This place used to be taken over by Mara 13 or Mara MS-13 and Mara 18. I dare to come here because this area used to be so dangerous. No one will ever dare to walk into these dark places, especially by themselves. And now in 2025, I have that blessing, I have that privilege to be walking here by myself without any worry. Showing you a little bit deeper into this, we are getting close to the big cliff, very, very famous cliff, where soldiers used to be thrown, where gang members used to be killed. That's where we are right now, here in El Salvador. Basically, I'm just walking through a river. This is it, guys. This is it. Look, when I was walking up there, I heard something over here. There could be some animals or something, but I hear something. Pretty scary over here. Guys, this is the big cliff that I wanted to show you. Look, this is where I was sitting, the local teacher that was telling me about all the stories in this area. And this is the big cliff. ¿Dónde nace un río? De este lado.
Como a 3 cuadras nace el río. Ahí escondían un montón de mareros ahí con el régimen de sección. ¿Ya le han contado eso?
No mucho.
La señora que vivía ahí, que hoy tiene el chalet en la vuelta ahí del río el Conejo, él era tía del jefe de las maras. Entonces ahí tenía escondido un montón de mareros. Porque yo cuando le comenté a unos compañeros de trabajo mío que aquí estaba trabajando, él me dice, cuidado.
Sí, antes era bien peligroso aquí y no sé si Aaron me dijo de que habían encontrado algunos cuerpos cuando andaban construyendo.
Hallaron huesos, me parece.
Ajá. Era bien peligroso aquí.
Children now walk this path without looking over their shoulders. Family gather without worrying who might be hidden in the trees. The forest that once protected killers now protects dreams. Today, this place is peaceful. Children walk this path without fear.
Locals pass by on their way to work, and soon a brand new resort and business project will rise right here, bringing jobs, opportunities, and hope to a community that once lived in the shadows of terror. Hard to believe that this quiet land, now part of Casa Conejo, was once considered one of the most dangerous places in El Salvador. This is more than just a ravine, more than just a canyon. It is a witness to war, to terror, to the darkness that once ruled El Salvador. But it's also a testament that even the most haunted places can be reborn, that even the most violent soils can grow peace. A place where soldiers and civilians were thrown into darkness, where gang members once hid, killed, and buried bodies, but also a place proving that no land is too broken to heal and no story too dark to find the light again. From the shadows of the past, hope is rising. Would you dare to walk this land? So this is where soldiers vanished. This is where gang members lost their life. This is where gang members used to do diabolic rituals. This is where gang members used to initiate other members. And this is where a lot of people died, unfortunately. Back in the day, this used to be a cursed land, but now it's a blessed land. Now it's totally different. My name is Eddie Sanchez, and the reason I'm showing you this is because I want to show you how much we've changed here in El Salvador to make sure that we do not go back to the past. We don't want to go back. No one here in El Salvador wants to go back. Salvadorians were so tired of living like this, and thank God that there has been a change, and I hope that it stays that way. Make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like my video and share it with other friends. We'll see you in the next video.